Hello. Is this thing on? Hey friends, how's it going? Hi Sin, hi anyone who's lurking. Let me turn down the music a wee bit. Just a little bit. Hello. It me. Well, no, this is Ladle, but I'm back, friendos. Hello. I wanted to start painting, but I realized that I hadn't sewn on the beak yet. I'll need to do that first. But yeah, I'll start with that. But yeah, happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Don't mind my terribly blue nails. Sen dyed my hair again. And I did shape them, but I haven't buffed them. Because, yeah, every time my hands through my hair, this is gonna happen. So I'll, do the rest of the manicure, check on my cuticles later, buff it, and then just go back to black nails for a little while. But yeah, what I did do is I painted the horns that I started on Friday. So these now have their base coat. They look really good, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I'll be adding a bit more detail to these later. Perhaps. Most importantly, I want to make the armor. Like, it needs to be silver. That's what I'll be doing later. But first, the beak of this poor thing. Find a good needle to do that with. Sorry, I got distracted. A lot of the sewing needles in this little pincushion have gotten sunk in, so I'm slowly prying them all out. All right. Do I still have my small shears here somewhere? Little snippy snips. No, because I put those away. There we go. I think I'll carefully do some more pinning. Hold on. I'll go get some more pins. Putting this away. There we go. This should do. Trick is probably making sure this is all even again. There we go, folding this in. There we go. Still far from perfect, but it's okay. This is the best I can do. Now to make sure the knot is on the inside. When it's somewhere on the underside as well. There we go, making sure it's in the fold here. There we go. Okay. Rowan, hi! I'm doing some plushy surgery here. How are you today? I hope you're well. I do want to do some painting today, friends, but I think it's more important that Ladle has her beak back soon. So I have to say ladder stitch with fake fur is one of my least favorite activities to do. Therapy yesterday was a lot. Ooh, yeah, but you did it. You did it, and I'm proud of you. Therapy is not supposed to be fun or easy, but goddamn, no one informed me it would be this rough, you know? And an ongoing process. Doing a tired into doing a self-care today? Hell yeah. I've been working with a lot of fake fur the past few days, and I'm kind of done. But that's okay, because I'm almost finished the fur pants last night. I'll be doing the last bits and pieces later tonight, I think. Maybe tomorrow if spoons allow. But then that is done. The good thing is that those pants will be used for both Baphomet and George, so... It is so soft and fluffy. It's a pain to work with. And I'm glad I got a heavy-duty sewing machine. Because otherwise it would be even more of a pain to work with. And it depends on what kind you got, because the kind I got is really soft and fluffy on the outside, but the inside is an acrylic weave, so I have to make a lining for it too. Now with the pants, I've just grabbed sweat shorts, basically, black, and I am using those as lining. But yeah, for the arms, I did make lining out of some scrap cotton. I think they're old bed sheets. Works perfectly for this. Yeah, it is going to be very toasty. That is the thing with fake fur, though. It'll be really, really toasty. Which is one of the main reasons why I've decided to not add a faux fur to the torso of George. So it's just the upper arm that I've padded, because the lower arm will be tights because of the gloves that I made. And I do want to look at a cooling vest to wear under George's tunic that I've not made yet. You really want to do the Winnie the Pooh-ish? Oh, that sounds so cute. That's also going to be really warm. Like, I think, honestly, the warmest part of the George cosplay is the mask. Part of the reason your accent is what it is because of Winnie the Pooh. That's cute. I love that. The near cherry likes to be on the colder side, and top half is pretty warm. So yeah, just a red t-shirt then, and some nice fuzzy legs. Yeah. I have a pattern for some bear ears. I don't have any yellow fake fur, but I could do the same thing that I did with the kitty ears and use hair chalk. It's one of, yeah, a good sunshine yellow, I do appreciate, yeah. That's why sunflowers are my second favorite flower. Daffodils, nice. No, I'm really partial to like a warm yellow. Like this type of nice and warm. Yeah. I should get some more sunflower seeds to sow in the garden. Manage if Mustard name drops in the Convo and Yellows real quick. Hi, Lyra. Good to see you. I hope you're well. I'm just very carefully sewing on a beak.
The Enrichment Center is required
Hello?
to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
Ron, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. So for subs this month and the next, I'm doing Autumn Leaves. Ooh, hold on, let me finish this stitch real quick. There we go. I just had to give the creeps their way taller than you, and the fact they turn around. So fun fact, once they stop growing and actually are fully blossom, they don't turn around. They will end up facing the sun most of the time because they just face that way, but they don't actively turn around. They grow with where the most light is, and then at some point they just vibe. Yeah, I'm assuming a yellow, but there's also red or green. Which one would you prefer? A yellow. There you are. Put you on the shelf. Oops. There. I'm almost done. done. The last bit here. All right. Tying off this end. There. Where's my fur brush? There we go. Carefully brushing out the fake fur that got trapped in the seams. Putting ladle aside. Taking off this. There we go. Now, to make the armor actually silver today. Start on the inside. No, I will use this one later. I'll grab a different brush for now. See how this one does. I don't think this is the right call with this color, but we'll see. Oops. She has had to have her bell put back on her collar. She keeps trying to sneak in the kitchen. Oh, he's way too good at sneaking, yeah. We put a bell on not Balthazar Manny because he's our himbo, right? And he's just a big idiot. And this way, at least, things can hear him coming, because he's a big dum-dum, and he will also try to play with things like hornets. And this way also birds have a chance to fly away, because we need him to hunt mice, right? Not birds, so yeah. No, he doesn't seem to mind. He doesn't care about his bell at all. Now we can hear him coming and call for him, and then he immediately starts meowing very loudly. So he's okay with being audible. There was a time when we first got Balthazar, where we gave him a collar with a bell on it, like in the time we didn't take the bells off. And he was so scared, but also so traumatized from his previous home that he was able to sneak with a bell. He was able to get past you unnoticed while having a bell on his collar. Like, you would not hear him. Yeah, we've not put a bell on his collar this time. Just so he can hide if he wants to, you know? And he's hiding less and less, honestly. She doesn't need to hunt anything, thankfully, because she's not good at it. I mean, if it's any consolation, all cats... Like, some have more instinct for it than others, granted, but it is a skill that they need to learn as well. Some just have more interest in it than others. Yeah, I am too, Ron. I am too. But yeah, no, he's hiding less and less. And like right now, he's probably still on my bed with Mani. But honestly, most of the time nowadays, he's in the living room on what we have dubbed his chair, which is one of the dining chairs upside down on the table. And then he'll sleep on the underside of the seat. Like he'll sleep in there because it's a nice basket and he has the overview and. But he's also visible and he doesn't mind that, which I think is good. He's interested, just not talented. Very woman's voice, scary, good at catching birds. Oof, yeah. We have taught them the difference between outside and inside birds. So they don't hunt Nikki. Granted, he's also bitten them all in the nose. Very much making it clear he is not worth the effort. He will cost more calories than he gains, than they would gain from him, so... Nikki is our African Grey, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Little shit. There we go. Very important distinction, yeah. Excited for Christmas this year for the pure and simple fact that I've got an advent calendar for Lily. Aww. Bless. Yeah, I really liked Kieran's response to that. Like, yeah, because of course animals don't understand what Christmas time is, so they got a treat every day. So now it's no longer Christmas, but still, we learned this new trick. There's a treat every day, you know. This is one of the reasons why I don't do that. I don't get advent calendars for the animals. I've been tempted. Don't get me wrong, it's cute, but they don't understand, you know? Absolutely. She's just gonna have to get a treat every day forever. And just finished getting several out of you already today. Good, good. I don't tend to give them treats. Unless there's like specific situations where they deserve a treat and some good associations with things and like good behavior. You know, when they gracefully take their medicine without much fuss, they will also get a treat. To make sure that, hey, yeah, medicine was unpleasant, but here, a treat. Well done. You did good, you know? Been doing some training with her. She's picked it up so quickly. Nice! It's always good when they're food motivated. We have trained our cats. I was gonna say, it's just, you know, a minimal training, but like most people will not even try to train cats. Because they're so stubborn. I'm like, no, cats are very food motivated. And it's easier to reward them for good behavior than to punish them for bad. Like, very simple rule, right? No cats on tables. It's just not what we do. So every time they're on the table, you will just shoo them away or pick them up and put them on the floor. Very simple. No harsh punishments or anything. Just, nope, that's not where you go. Just continue to do that and it'll pick it up eventually. Just like we have a symbol for a signal for when the cats are allowed to jump up. And we want them to jump up. It's first patting and then doing this. Like you pull your hand back while you close your fingers together. That means they can jump up. And they know that. I mean, they're still cats. They're still stubborn, right? They're very strong-willed. But it is possible to teach them things. You need treats quite often, but vet confirmed last visit she has a really good weight for her size, as long as it's not causing problems. Very happy to give her. Yeah, no worries, as long as it's not causing problems, like, for sure. It's a partial thing that it's like, I don't want treats to be, expected, you know? I don't want them to be a common thing. They're rewards when they come home, when we whistle for them, for example. You'll get rewarded for good behavior, for listening to the specific whistle that we have to call them home. And also to make sure that they still have the the will to hunt. Because they are Mausers after all. But like it's a unique situation for everyone with their pets, right? So you treat them what you think is best for them. There we go. That's the first layer on. I still want several more layers on there. But yeah, slowly turning silver. And joined up without an invite and is allowed in a desk home meeting, which she's getting really good at listening to. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Yeah. Cats are not allowed on my desk when I'm eating either. Though Soul has been trained so well that sometimes, even if she makes her way to my desk when I'm eating, she will just sit. She won't beg, she won't try to eat the food, at least not while I am there, you know? I cannot leave her alone with a plate on my desk, but she won't try to eat it, she won't beg for it or anything. She'll just sit next to me. Which I'm like, alright, you know what? Fine. You're not technically doing anything illegal, so I'll allow it. And she has to have manners when getting her wet food, meaning not immediately rushing to the bowl before you even finish putting it down and stuff. Yeah, that is why we make our cats sit. Because even when they get their dry food, because we do feed them twice a day, so they still come home for that as well. They have to sit before the bowl is put down, and if they jump up reaching for the bowl before we've put it on the floor, then the bowl goes up again and they have to sit again, and we play that game until they understand they sit for their food. You know? But it's simple to teach them these things. You just have to be consistent, and you have to be strict. Like, they have to learn the rules, and the only way to learn the rules is if the rules are the same every single time. There's a different treats that she likes different amounts, so use the higher value ones for rewarding stuff. That's a good way to go about it too. Yeah, definitely. Very individual, as long as the animals are happy and healthy, that's the important thing. Yes. And I feel like there's a higher quality of life if there's very clear and simple boundaries, you know, that are enforced in a calm and healthy way. Like, yeah. Like, I will still hiss at the cats if they really piss me off. They will get hissed at. But then I at least speak their language. I think everyone in the house does that. Like, speak the cat's language. Like, hissing, they understand. It's a clear signal, like, yo, you fucked up. This is not okay. Like, growling at the other cats for existing. Like, absolutely the fuck not. We're not doing this. You're not hissing at your brother for simply being in the same room as you. Come on. You have your territory outside. He's one of those cats that are super good at self-regulating with dry food. She always has some in her bowl. Yeah, all of our cats, like, some have special dietary needs and medication and stuff like that. So several years ago at this point, we got them special food bowls that only open for the cat that is registered to the bowl. Like, it reads their chip implant, so that they can only eat, well, in theory, they can only eat the food from the bowl that is assigned to them. Now, in practice, there's some little fuckers that have found out that if the right cat has opened the bowl, and you just enter the bowl from the other side, you can block the lid from closing and shoo away your sibling from their food bowl and just eat their food. So yeah, that's some, you know, they will find loopholes. But generally speaking, it goes well because yeah, they all have dietary needs. So they get different food and they get medication, and some get like probiotics every now and then. So yeah, they have their own bowls. It took some training too to get them all to use those bowls without being scared, because the bowl, it moves, you know? Wet food she gets half a tin twice a day. There's a dairy food, all the wet food should be, yeah. Her wet food is effectively just a little dopamine boost and routine placeholder thing if it's an end of the day for her. Helps to make sure she's having more liquid in her diet as well, yes. She needs a method that already is used to getting wet food twice a day, and that stuff can be easily mixed with. Yeah. We, have one cat that gets medication. One of the voids is epileptic, so he gets meds, and we crush those. I have the tiniest little mortar and pestle that I got that we use for his meds only. And then we crush the pills and we mix it in with one of those liquid snacks, the little kitty gurts. But they all get a little bit of liquid snack. He just gets the vast majority of it because it's mixed in with his meds, and that's the only way he takes his meds nowadays. Used to be that you could just hand it to him and he would eat it off your hand like it was candy, like it was a treat. But at some point that stopped. So now we mix it in with a liquid snack. And the other cats get a little bit of liquid snack with their food as well. So he doesn't get a full treat every single meal, like, because he's a chunky boy. But he also has special diet to not get crystals as well. He's a special needs himbo. He's a little idiot that well, the other day he asked to be let out the bathroom window, and I was like, sure, I'll open the window for you. And he was sitting on the floor waiting patiently, and then as I open the window, he jumps up, so he jumps into the window, just bonk. It's like, buddy, please, you idiot. He honestly is our little himbo. But like, he was found on the street as a young kitten, without siblings, without mom, so he has not learned how to be cat. He does not, like, the simple things like you know, burying your poop, he doesn't do. Not because it's because for some cats that's a sign of dominance. That's like, I don't feel threatened by you, so I don't feel the need to bury my feces to mask the smell. But for him, it's not like that. He's just an idiot. He just didn't know that. He just didn't know that was a thing. So the other cats have been teaching him, and he's slowly learning how to clean himself. by watching the other cats, and then every now and then just watch him try to wash himself, and it's like he'll lick one paw, like have both of his paws in front of him, lick one of them, and then clean both his ears. Like he's trying his darndest. The hamsters up there are running, they're trying their best, but you know, he only has the 2 brain cells. There's only so much you can do. So every now and then he just gets a wet wipe bath and loves that. Every now and then we just grab the wet wipes and like, Manny, you stink, come here. And he gets washed. Loves that, so, you know. So far Lily has no health worries at all. Good. No, most of our cats don't have, like, health worries. It's just that with him, he's just unlucky, you know? He's got the bladder crystals, which is... It just happens in a cat his age. So he gets, food for that, and he's epileptic, which is also something that's only surfaced recently, like in recent years, which is also normal for a cat that age, that suddenly just happens. It just... Just unfortunate, you know? But you know, he's our special little idiot. Cats learning how to cat is so freaking cute and honestly relatable. Yeah, no, nobody told him it was an option, so like how was he supposed to know? Can relate to that very much. His little Frenchie's grown so very well and very frugally. God, if he ever has a whisker out of place. Oh yeah, Soul is the same thing. Soul is our tiny little princess. She's a fierce little hunter too, but she is a princess. She will very rarely stink. Even when they're changing their coat, she cleans herself. She'll still shed, but not as much as the others, because she just grooms. She cleans. And if there's something that she has on her that she cannot clean herself, she will come and ask for help. Which is a really good thing, I think, because cats are very prone to hiding that they're in pain or hurt, you know, or sick. But our cats will indicate that something is wrong and ask for help. In their own clumsy little ways sometimes, but yeah. I'm very grateful for that they do, you know? They feel safe enough with us to do that. Oh, I'll never forget the one summer when Sully was still pretty young. Like, she's 6 now, but she was like several years younger. She came home one day and had singed whiskers on one side of her face. It's like, baby, what did you do? Where did you go? And I'm suspecting there was a very nice sniffing barbecue or something going on. They had to have a full bath a couple of times because she twice came home covered in motor oil. Next door's car had a leak. Oh, and she came to you so upset both times. Oh no. We have had the cats come home smelling like old
Cats
oil.
were invented by sailors in the 16th century to avoid Poseidon's wrath. It was believed that the sight of naked sailors angered the sea god.
How did the hipster burn his tongue? He ate his food before it was cool.
Oh man, that startled me because that was loud, but that's not your fault. Hi Sebastian, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, the cats have come home on more than one occasion smelling like motor oil because they snuck into the barn with the machinery. One of the many in the area. I was impressed with the bath. She still came back and requested another one. Did it happen again? Being a pure white cat, she has no way of hiding it. Oof, yeah. Yeah, Soul is the little tabby that is, she's not completely gray. She's like a grayish. So it's a little easier for her to hide yucky things, but one time she came home and she had like it was almost like a resin or something, like a very sticky something stuck on the top of her head that had to be cleaned off. I will never forget the one time she brought home a toad. She was very proud of her prize. She caught a toad, but the toad had done the defensive thing when they create lots and lots of slime. And it was a very thick kind of slime. So she came home with almost like the slime was hanging from her little face. Like a slimy curtain hanging from her mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck is, oh god, oh no. So she eventually dropped it and just couldn't get rid of that slime. So we had to help her clean her face. And I was like, oh no, is this poisonous? Like, what do I do? I don't know anything about toads. Like, so naturally this was somewhere on a weekend at night. We called the emergency vet service, explained the situation. It's like, do we come over? Does she need like anything? Do we give her anything? They're like, no, just, you know, clean her, help her where you can, make sure she has lots of water to drink, and it's fine. They usually only do this once. They make this mistake once. And it was true, she never came home with a toad again. This morning you were laughing your ass off because cartoon artist on YouTube, she was drawing a not safe for work cartoon. OSHA violations. Nice. It's not slime, it's mucus, yeah. But you know what I mean. It was, yeah, it was gross. And she just kept trying to, like, she couldn't even, like, properly deal with it herself, trying to swallow it, and it was just not working. So we had to help her clean, and she was very happy with the water fountain. But, like, oh, Little Miss Mayhem. There we go. I think one more layer, maybe two, and then we got a sufficiently silver helmet. Who one's having a fight with a neighbor's cat? I say having had a fight, the only evidence of it was the puncture wound in her butt where the other cat had bitten her as she ran away. Aww. Yeah, most of the time we don't even know if the cats have had a fight, apart from, you know, by the time we find it, it's, the wound's already, like, closed. And it's just, like, Soul has a scar on her nose where she was scratched at one point. And she is a feisty one. But she's also very good at cleaning her own, like, wounds if she has them. And cats heal at an incredibly fast rate. One trip later, and she spent a week wearing some different outfits so she didn't lick the wound and having antibiotics mixed with a treat 3 times a day, and she was absolutely fine. Yeah. So most of the week wrapped up in a blanket and cuddling various humans because she was feeling very sorry for herself. Yeah, she had ouchies. Of course. Yeah, it's the last layer I'll add to this for now, and then I'll let it dry. Let it dry, add one more layer, and then do a wash to just make it look less brand new, you know? Give it a little bit more character, a little bit more worn. Like it's a duck's armor, okay? So it's not gonna be battle worn or anything. But just a little bit weathered. You go to super it's so cozy and comfortable. I don't wanna. Aw. But that's where the snacks are, Ron. You could get yourself a treat. I'm very broke. Need to get some bread and some pasta and some treats for Lily because training. Haven't been outside for a while. Should definitely get some outside time in anyway. Yeah. Yeah, some fresh air. Get out of the house. And there. There, grabbing the last bit of paint off my palette. There. And there. And to let this dry, like I said, I'll be adding one more layer of silver once this is all dried. And then some weathering. Should be good. Okay. Right, while this dries, I'm using a flask to let it rest on and dry. Boop. Getting that a good dry over there. Ah, so satisfying when it just peels off. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, because now the horns. I have to think about what I want to do with these. What color? Head to the shops. Stream is still happening. I'm gonna get back. I'll be back. If not, enjoy the rest of streaming. Thank you. Good luck going to the shops, Rowan. I believe in you. Okay. I think I will keep the base coat of black on these. Grabbing these as an example, and oh boy, I tried. But just to see the difference already. I say already, these were made, gosh, 3-4 years ago? Must be 4 years at this point. Like, you can see the seams and everything, and yeah. Attempts were made. Yeah, compared to these. Yeah. Let me go and grab some Tones of Gray for this. I think that's where we're going. Buggle, hi! How are you doing today, you fuck? I hope you're well. The gray. This is a deep blue, but Abyssal blue? No. Yeah. Oh, we have ads starting soon. You know what? Not a bad shout. I've been going for 2 hours, so I'm gonna take a quick break, friends. I'll catch you all after the ads. Hello! I return. Let's paint some horns. I'll do some tests on the back, because as per usual, I'm scared to fuck it up. Oh, that's interesting. The paint didn't fully grab here. Oh well. Hmm. There it is. Ah, that's good. All right. So I'm dry brushing on some really dark gray. It's gonna be difficult to see, but it really makes the ridges pop that much more. excited to show you the difference between the two. So I've done this one. Just how it really makes those details pop. I'll grab a smaller dry brush to add some details to the edges here. I'm thinking once I've done the basic paint of the horn itself, I'm going to see how it fits on my face and the hairline, and then add a strip, just a little bit, either foam clay or wax or special effects makeup, to really make it look like they're growing out of my forehead, like they're coming out of the skin. I'm not sure if it's my screen or if it is really struggling to pick up the black and the details of it, like my camera. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. And if not, then you're just, you know, vibing. Just vibing. This one. To make sure I grab the right paint. So I have to quickly send a message, friends. There. You can see the difference in details now. They hold them here. Actually, while I have the paint out, might as well do the other. There we go. All that gray. To make sure it's relatively even as well. Again, not symmetrical. But similar. Yeah, I feel like when it dries up fully, it's a bit lighter as well. There we go. Now they're both gray. Clean this brush properly later. Bring my smaller, where is it? There it is. Most fucked up dry brush. Not really fucked up, honestly, it's just discolored, but all right. Now let's figure out how to do the edge. I got too much paint on it. I need a flat brush for that. What I want. Welcome back, Ron! I'm adding detailing to the horns. I'm gray, but my camera decides that it needs to be very dark and mysterious. Yeah. See if I add more dark cloth. Let's see if that helps. There. I'm using a dry brush technique to really add details here to the edges. It's looking very horny in here now. Yeah. I'm adding the details. I'm really trying to make all the detail that I added to these jagged edges here really stand out. Even more dead now than they were before, though I'm grateful for the fact I have a little less than 3-minute wheel away. Nice. But you did it. All done. I have enough pasta the last couple of weeks and bread for the next weekish. Nice. And Lily has more treats. It's a more important thing, but you need to feed yourself, Roan. That's very important, because if you don't feed yourself, how do you have energy to take care of Lily? Makes sense if you think about it. Your body needs fuel. There. See how much of a difference a tiny bit of extra gray makes on this one? Looks so freaking awesome. Thank you. I didn't really have a vision for these when I started. I had a vague idea, but not like colors or anything. I don't know. I didn't have anything planned. Imagine having a plan, right? So yeah, no, I just working with it. It really is just about that tiny bit of gray on the edges. I was going to prioritize you over ruin trees because giving lily trees makes you very happy. Plans are overrated sometimes, so I will say if you don't have a plan, then the plan can't go wrong. This is true. This is true. If you don't have a plan, then the plan cannot go wrong. Though, usually if I don't have a plan, I get overwhelmed and I panic. So I usually make a plan for everything. But once I've been through a scenario, that plan is just saved as a backup. Like with this, I've made horns and I've painted many times. So I just have a bit of a backup, a default plan that I am going back to, you know? Like I've added all of the details to these horns with the jagged edges that I made, right? The texture that I put in. So all I'm doing now is using techniques to put more emphasis on those details that are already there. Like the dry brushing with a lighter shade of the same color. So I don't know, I don't think it counts as not having a plan, to be honest, because I have a plan for everything. Okay, like this one needs a bit more of the dark dry brushing. Ever so slightly. This has a bit more light than this one. But it is really subtle, so I need to be careful. That feels better. I think I'll leave these as is for now. Like I said, I'll add a strip down here where it'll touch my skin to really make it blend in and look like they're growing out of my forehead. I'll add... No, I first want to see how it looks. I'll first make the base thing, so with the edge and making sure it looks... the horns look good by themselves, and then I can add some adornments if I want to. I'm thinking, like... I need to see how they sit on my face as well. Because they'll be mostly, like, standing up. So you won't see much of the side. So, where I could make things dangling... I'm not sure it would show on stream, at least. I don't know, I need to give it a think. But yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out so far. The colors and the details, so... Yeah. Probably look at some of I am thinking of making the, capping off the tips. Like silver caps on there. Is this enough? Just to give you an idea. Like, make this a silver. Just a silver cap on the tip. I don't know. Engrave some details in there, maybe some filigree. Who knows? I have to think what I want to make that out of as well. So yeah, for now I'll leave these as is. Fit them to my face and then add adornments, maybe. I don't know yet. It's still... The idea is still taking shape. I very much prefer things to be visual. I do have... a fuck ton of these. Maybe. Oh no. We'll see. What else do I have? These, a whole bunch of small jump rings in silver and gold. I have a whole bunch of small carabiners and thick chains. Maybe? Though... I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Those go there. This one goes out of the way again. These I will clean later. And then, boom. One more layer of silver, I think. Because depending on the light, like, it still looks a bit splotchy. This was not the brush I was using for that. This was. I don't know. See, I never expect to make many metallic things, but I feel like a silver spray paint would have saved me a lot of trouble here, but oh well. It's one of those things, right? Like, it's only the second helmet I'm making. And it's for a plush duck, so... It would have saved me a lot of time, I feel. You can get good cover. Oh well. You live, you learn. I'm really thinking... Yeah, I did the mug in metallics as well, but... Yeah, no. I don't usually make metal-looking things for my cosplay. It's interesting. I prefer a more natural look of like wood and leather. There we go. I think that'll do nicely. I have to wait for it to fully dry and decide on a wash, really. Where to get those details in? I'm gonna have a sip and think. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, letting that dry, adding a wash. I'm thinking maybe just some very very diluted brown. Just enough so it sits in the edges. Give it a bit more depth and a bit more look of being worn. So yeah, I think that'll be more in line with how it looks in game. Yeah. I'll let it dry for now. I think, chat, it's time to go find someone to say hello to, shall we? We go to our usual suspects. Yeah, why not? I know we usually say hello to Abby on Fridays after crafting, so why not go say hello to her now? She's been at Comic-Con and she's doing more art as per usual. So I'm going to take you from one creative stream to another. Grab some raid text if you wanna. Let's go say hello to Mr. Stabby. I'll be back Saturday for more Jedi Fallen Order. And then on Tuesday, hopefully Divinity, but if not, then more Jedi. Naturally. Thanks for hanging out with me today, friends. I really, really appreciate it. And remember, take care of yourselves. Take care of your spoons. And I'll see you all around in the realms of Twitch, alright? I love you all. Bye-bye!